Krishna, dear devotees. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Sorry for the trouble. So before starting the session, we'll take the blessings of Sri Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadramaya from ISKCON Sheshadripuram. Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadramaya ki jai, Vaman Dev Bhagwan ki jai, Nitai Chaitanya Bhagwan ki jai, Panchatattva ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. And thank you all for joining today for the Gita Gyan session. We'll do our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Itnamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are in chapter 2, contents of Gita summarized.
Recording in progress.
And we will be discussing about the sloka 66 today, number 66. Nashti buddhir ayuktasya nacha ayuktasya bhavana nacha bhavatah shantir ashantasya kutah sukham. One who is not connected with the Supreme in Krishna consciousness can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace? So that is a very wonderful shloka today. So we have, like a couple of shlokas ago, the shloka was about the lust, right? So first of all, let us discuss a little bit about lust and why Lord Krishna is telling why we are unable to if we don't connect with the Lord, why we are unable to gain happiness, right? So first of all, lust means nothing but the person who is doing the lust or have lustful thoughts they think he is the beneficiary. That is the first important thing. How they are beneficiary? One wants to control and the other one wants to gain attention, right? So these are the two main things of lust. And through controlling and through attention, what do they gain? They become the enjoyer. But the problem in this material world is everything is unsatiated. Unsatiated means never satisfied. So never, it is not satisfied, and also it is intolerant. Like here, intolerant means nothing but a person who is happy with one gulab jam or one rasgulla or something like that. After next time, if he is happy with one, next time he will not stop with one. He will want to have two, and the two becomes three becomes four, like that. So that is called actually intolerant. So that's how things work in this material world. First, we get attached to the sense objects. Through that, we try to enjoy, but here in this material world, everything is unsatiated. It's never satisfied, and that's the reason why. And it burns like fire. In that purport, it is written, burns like fire. It comes back again. I want it, like that. That is the reason, like the smoking industry, the intoxication industry make billions of dollars, because it's unsatisfied. It comes back. But we shall see what the Lord says here. The Lord is saying, Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram sahridam sarvabhutanam nyatma mam shantimrachati. This is Bhagavad Gita 5.29. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme Lord of all the planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from pangs of material miseries. Here Srila Prabhupada is quoting 5.29 because the previous sloka 2.66 says, if you are not Krishna conscious, you can't be happy. So here the Lord is telling, how can we be happy? Because in the lust, the thing is, the person who does the lust or has lustful intentions or things in his mind, he is the beneficiary. He thinks he is the beneficiary. But here the Lord is clearly telling he is the ultimate beneficiary of everything. He is the benefactor. And he's also telling he's a well-wisher of all the living entities. And when we take this into consideration, only then we will attain peace from the pangs of material misery. So the reason is we have come here to envy, having envy on the Lord, that Lord is a creator, he is a proprietor. When someone creates, he becomes proprietor automatically. And when he propriates, he will control. Like, for example, if we buy a car or a phone, we will use the way we want, right? Because we think we are the proprietor. And through that, we gain enjoyment. In the same way, the Lord is a creator, he is a proprietor, he is a controller, and through that he enjoys. But out of envy, we have come here. So that's why, to prove us that, oh, if you become envious of me, if you try to compete with me, you will never gain happiness. So that's why he's trying to prove to us in different ways. And one of the ways is lust. That is the reason people are not happy doing the lust. And when they are not properly Krishna conscious, that's why that is the reason we are unable to gain happiness. And without happiness, there cannot be peace. So let us discuss a small story here. One Leela. Lord does a lot of Leelas. When he comes here, he wants to prove us that we are wrong. So, and how great he is, he does a lot of Leelas. So one of the Leela is Govardhan Leela. So here what happens is, Indra, actually, he's a very great person. He's not a small post. He does 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas, and that's how he becomes Indra. But what happens is, when Lord Krishna was in the village with his mother and father, all the villagers, they did a lot of, like, they used to pray to Indra for rain, for a good harvest. So one day, and Indra was very happy about that. One day Krishna tells his father, why are you doing all this austerities for Indra? You have to do for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then they reluctantly listen to him, and they start worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Indra, because of his pride, he becomes very angry, and he sends a lot of, like, thunderous rain to the village, and everything, like, it becomes totally flooded. But what happens then? Lord Krishna, he lifts the Govardhan hill, which is actually like very huge. Its circumference is 21. Like, when we do the parikrama, it is 21 kilometers. So such a big hill, he lifts it using his left hand little finger. And if you see the sticks that are there, the Gopas are worried. Oh my God, my dear Krishna, he's lifting such a big hill, it might fall on him. So they're trying to help him. See, so the Gopas love him so much. So here, what happens after that? This happens for 7 days and 7 nights. And after that, you can see in the right picture, Indra understands. Actually, his energy is given by the Lord himself. The energy that is with him, whatever, like giving rain, or he becoming the king of demigods, it is given by the Lord. He understands that, and he surrenders. So here, what's happening? First was there was pride, and then there is surrender. In the same way, there is another Leela that the Lord does. This is about Lord Brahma. Once the Krishna and all the Gopas, they bring all their cows for grazing, and Lord Brahma sees this, and he sees why everyone is giving so much attention to this little boy. This person can't be the Supreme Personality Godhead. And he actually knows, but Krishna wants this Leela to happen to tell us that the greatness of Lord Krishna. That's why. So what Lord Brahma does is he makes all the Gopas, the calves, the cows, he makes them disappear to a different place. And then Krishna understands. And by the evening, what are they supposed to do? They are supposed to go home, right? So what he does is he replicates all the Gopas, the cows, the calves, everything. And the mothers are feeding, thinking that the kids, he is their kid, but they're actually feeding Lord Krishna. So after some time, Brahma understands. Brahma sees that, I have hidden everybody, but they're still there. Then he understands, oh, Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality Godhead, and his capacity is very huge. Whatever I have got, he's an intermittent creator, right? So he understands, oh, my energy is given to me, right? Through mercy of the Lord, the energy is given to me. That's why I'm creating. Like that, he understands and he surrenders. In the same way, we, the jivas, we should also surrender to the Lord, saying, oh my dear Lord, we have come here. We wanted to become independent of the Lord, right? The Lord is in Goloka. We are supposed to do seva to him in Goloka. But what have we done? We wanted to become independent. So in the same way, see, if we see the graph here, this is a dependency graph. When we, Lord is proving to us that how we are not independent, but we are dependent. In the beginning, if you see, in the beginning, we are very much dependent of the mother and father, right? Somebody, we are dependent. Slowly, when we become little young, our independence increases and the dependency decreases little. But we may think, oh, I have become independent today. But as we grow old, our dependency increases on the Lord. See, the old people, when we get old, we cannot, if we sit, we can't stand. If we stand, we can't sit. Things are so bad. Like our eyesight goes bad. We can't hear properly. We can't talk properly. The body doesn't cooperate with us. So the Lord is telling, you can never be independent of me. You're always dependent through this human body. And if we utilize this human body properly, then only we can understand this, right? All the animals, plants and birds and insects, they can't understand these things. So that's why we have to through this human body, this is a wonderful opportunity Lord has given to us to understand how dependent we are. And how can we get out of lust? It's not easy. It's not easy to get out of lust. The simple thing is, as the acharyas have told, what is it? For this Kali Yuga, chanting. Chanting means Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Kevalam, Kalau Nastyeva, 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 Gatiranyata. It is said that for this Kali Yuga, we have to take the name of the Lord. Why? The name of the Lord and the form of the Lord and the Lord are non-different in this Kali Yuga. That's why we are giving attention to the Lord through the name, instead of giving attention to ourselves. That's what we have to learn. Then slowly, gradually, this lust will disappear from us, and then we can start gradually. We'll start loving the Lord, and we will definitely go back to God, right? So this is actual chanting. And Srila Prabhupada once asked someone, why do you think I'm writing so many books? So they said different answers, to gain money, to build temples, etc., etc. I mean, we need money, right, to build temples. So they said so many things, but Prabhupada said, I'm writing all these books so that we gain knowledge, and then through that knowledge we will get inspiration to chant, because through chanting only our mind will become controllable for us. Otherwise it is chanchala, right? So that's why Srila Prabhupada always says we have to chant the holy name. Without chanting, it is impossible to go back to God. And if we want to chant properly, we have to read the books. So, and ABCD, the association, book reading, chanting, and devotional service, and the diet, proper prasadam. This is very important for this Kali Yuga. Then only we can gain control on this lust. And when we have control on this lust, we will have happiness, and thereby we will have peace. This is the actual essence of this shloka. And in the next shloka, we will try to understand how these senses get carried away, how the mind gains control on our intelligence, right? We are intelligent, but we do things that we don't want to do sometimes. Why the mind gets carried away, how the intelligence is carried away by the mind, right? That we will understand in the next shloka. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining. Hare Krishna. So I'll stop the session here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.